Hi, this is Abhinav Singh Katal. I'm an intern with the Sparks Foundation. So, this is a video regarding the task 3 that was given to us for the internship, which is the decision tree algorithm. So, this is the problem that was given to us, that from the iris data set, we have to create the decision tree classifier and we have to visualize it also. And the purpose is if we feed any new data to this classifier, it should be able to predict the right class accordingly. So there are two things that we have to do. One, that we have to make a model, obviously, which should predict a classifier model which should predict any new data that is coming. And also we have to just of the iris data set, we have to make the decision tree classifier, and we have to visualize the graph also, or visualize it graphically. So this is the code. First of all, what I have done is I've imported all the necessary libraries, and then I've loaded the iris dataset from the sklearn datasets module, so it can be directly taken from there. And I have just stored the name of the data is load underscore iris. So I have stored that in a variable iris, and when I print it, it comes like this. So it's like a dictionary with key and values. This is one key data. These are the values in the form of an array. So it's like this. It's a 2D array. Then it comes as target. Then it comes as array. So it's like that. So this is the other key, that is target name. It is also an array. In this there are three values: setosa, versicolor, virginica, based on these 0, 1, 2. And what else is there? Feature names are there: sepal width, now next what I have done is I have stored the independent and dependent variables separately. In X, I have stored the independent variable, that is iris.data, that is this data part. And in Y, which is a dependent variable, I have stored the iris.target, which is the 0, 1s and 2s, which is the classification that is already given. So I have just tried to import the test train split just to create a model. So for that we have to import test train split from sklearn.model_selection. We can import it. Then this is the format: xtrain, xtest, ytrain, ytest. This is the format: independent variable, dependent variable, and then the test size you can give. I have given as 0.2, that is 20% is the test size, and 80% obviously will be the training size on which the model will be trained. So again, I'm now creating a decision tree classifier object. So for that we have to import the decision tree classifier class from sklearn.tree module. Then I'm just creating an object named as D model. It's just creating object out of a class decision tree classifier. So this is the object, and we are fitting it with the data of xtrain and ytrain. So this is just the training data that we have fitted with. Now the model is trained here. Now we can predict upon the model that which I've stored in Y model variable, that what is the predicted outcome or the classes for the data based on the X test. So the X test, it's giving like this. Okay, it's giving like this. So these are there are three things: confusion matrix, classification report, accuracy score. I've imported just to measure the efficiency of the model. It's just the characteristics of the model that you have to measure the efficiency also. So confusion matrix is one thing that is used to measure, you can say, the efficiency of a classification model. It just shows that how many things that you have predicted through the model are actually coming out as true, which are true positive, which are true negative, which are false positive, which are false negatives. So based on that, it's just printing the confusion matrix. I've given just y test and the y model that we have predicted. So from both of these, it's creating a confusion matrix. And then classification report also I've predicted. In classification report, everything comes with precision, recall, F1 score, support. So these are all the performance measuring units of a model. So next I have tried to print the accuracy score, that is how much accurate the model is based on what we have predicted and what was already there. So accuracy score has come out to be around 0.96, which is like the model is 96.97% accurate. So it's a very good percentage. So I have taken random readings to predict what would be the class if I give a random reading. So I've just given these 4 data sets in the form of a 2D array. So I've given like these are the 4 columns that we have to give. So I've just given random columns. These are pretty high from all of this, 8.3, and so I've just deliberately given it pretty high, these values. So upon these values, it has predicted that it belongs to array 2. Array 2 means the 0, 1, 2, the third thing, which was the Virginica type. It's given here that it's a Virginica type. This is the array 2. The third element, it's the Virginica type. So so that is the prediction, and I think it's pretty much clear from even from the reading that it should be a type 2 flower or petal, whatever. So now what we have to do is we have to create the decision tree and represent it graphically. So what I have done is, now prediction is not required, the model is not required. So I have taken the whole data, because we have to design the decision tree based on the whole data. So the whole data I have taken into the decision tree classifier. Okay, so I have taken another object which is named as D-tree, and it is object of decision tree classifier. The criteria is Gini impurity. So obviously this is the by default. You can select entropy also. These both are the entropy measure, the impurity measure in a decision tree. The more efficient one is the Gini, so by default it is chosen. So decision tree, again I've fitted the D-tree, the whole data into it. Iris.data, the X part, the independent part, and this is the dependent, which is already given. This is the whole data. So let's create a decision tree out of that. So from sklearn we have to import the tree part. So I've just selected the figure size as 40 into 20. So this is the syntax for creating a tree, a decision tree. Tree.plot_tree. So in this, different arguments are there. First of all, you have to give the decision tree that you have. This is the decision tree that I've created, that I've fitted data into. And filled equal to true means based on the classes, based on the nodes, it will be painted with different colors. Then feature names are given as iris.feature name. So feature names is nothing but these are the feature name. One second, these are the feature names: sepal length, sepal width. So based on that, these are the target names: setosa, versicolor, I'm really sorry. So these are the feature names. Sepal length, these are the features: sepal width, petal length, petal width. So these 4 are the feature names. This will be in the decision tree as the names will come, not the feature 1, feature 2, feature 3, not like that. The names will come. So class names equal to true, it will show the classes also, in which class it will come, the target variable 0, 1 or 2. Label all means it will show the impurity also, everything will be there. So this is the syntax of that. So this is the decision tree that is made out of that. Okay, it's showing everything: petal length, the feature name, the entropy, how many samples are taken, values, and then the class. It belongs to 0th class, it belongs to 1st class, it belongs to 2nd class. like this. So I've did this also. I've exported a text tree. It's the text form of the decision tree. The the syntax is pretty simple. Tree dot export underscore text. You have to give the decision tree and the same feature names and all. It's showing in the text format. It's the same thing, decision tree, but in the text format. Yeah, so this is very much about the decision tree algorithm task 3. Thank you so much.